Hello and welcome to the channel Gaming Like a Noob. I'm the Noob and I call myself Sansomi. And today we're going to have episode number 4 in this welling go through here. So yeah, we have Billy Clay, we have St. Albans, we have Bath in the cup, and we have Maidstone to tackle through in this situation here. I've actually tried, I've put 2 on trials, but I don't think I'm going to be trying to lend them. But yeah, I just want to see if I can get the numbers out, and if they're good numbers I might try to lend them. But yeah, not really the kind of players that I want and need. But yeah, we are looking to try and get lent to loan players. I am actually trying to lend a striker as well that looked promising, but since I have masking on I can't really tell. So if we get him, let's just hope he's better than what we got. Let's just move into our very first game of this episode. It's going to be interesting to see if we can do anything against Billy Clay. It's at home at least, so we get some money for, let's see, and we get him, Tom Staggs. You can see here he looks, the acceleration was yellow, he has at least 10 in finishing, 10 in first touch. So that's what I was aiming for and hoping for, and I was hoping that he doesn't have close to 2 in strength. Hopefully he has somewhere around 11. Yeah, we'll just have to see. So I'm just taking a chance. I'm loaning him, and I think I have to pay £25 a week, and I think that's quite acceptable. It's not a lot of money, but every cent counts, as they say. But yeah, let's see if he can do anything for us. Let's see, we want to train him advanced forward so he can take the position that Fundi has now. Let's do that. Additional focus, let's give him some shooting. To get that one up, we put it on automatic, and we're going to use him as a substitute already, and he's got excellent morale, so maybe he can come in and do something about the crappy situation that we have. Let's see if we can see all his numbers. 4 in strength wasn't very good, but 14 in finishing is good. 14 in acceleration, 14 in natural fit. Yeah, let's see what we can get out of this little lad then. 18 years of age. He's going to start on the bench today. Let's hope we can get a good performance of him if we put him in. And let's see, we're going to put him in. I'm pretty sure about that. We actually had him on trial, but I didn't think he was good enough to stay. So yeah, his contract is about to expire in 6 months' time, so they didn't sign a very long contract with him. And we have one. Ooh, Darren Old. I think we need to see if we can't do anything about that contract. Let's have a look at the contract. It ends already to the summer here. Let's see if we can offer him a new contract, and we have him as a squad player because we don't want to. Oh, okay, we have a regular startup on you then. That's okay with you. Negotiate part-time, 2 years. But he wants 325. We can't afford that. We can't afford to. Let's walk away. We can't afford to keep him then. That's a shame. We won't get a dime for him. he already has 275, which is too high, so I guess we'll have to let him go, even if he's one of our better players. That's a shame. That's a shame, that's a shame. But we need to have control of our wage budget, and we don't have that at the moment, so... Now Fundi and Traore has a good working relationship. Let's see if that will help in this game. This is nuts. Let's see if we can get anything out of this game coming up here now against Billericay Claytown. Show me what you can do. I know that you are strong and good enough. Show me that the 4-1 win against Hemel wasn't a one-time accidental situation. This is not good. They are really using the flanks out there and getting around. That's good from Egan. Like to play Egan. I think he's doing a better job than when I play with Cisse. So yeah, I think Egan will be my third choice. Here's Oldaker, here's Vardy, here's Duru, back to Oldaker, gets it out to Vardy here. Vardy, can I get in? He gets it into Fundi and it's a goal! We take the lead! Smacking in number 1. Great, 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 Mr. Fundi. And then here comes Billericay. Can they equalize already? Here's Duru. We get that opportunity out of the way, but they win the possession of the ball very quick. And here is a very dangerous opportunity for them. Very sloppy play by our by Welling here. We didn't do that very good. We need to play better. We can't have that happening. Why? Billericay is going to have this opportunity here now. Oh my God! They hit the bar. They are the better team. Egan getting that ball quite comfortable. I think I'm going to tell them that I demand more. Listen, might be an opportunity for... No, they steal the ball from us, but we take it back. Oldaker gets it out to Verdi. Can Verdi get it in? He gets it in, but there's none of our players are there. Oldaker, Healy, Oldaker, Green gets it up. Traore is there and he scores! It's 2-1 for Welling. Yes! Another goal from our lads. Ninth position now. Would be great if we could reach a playoff position before the season is over. I don't think we're going to do that, because I don't think we're going to get this team working that good that quick. It's going to take some time before everything is fixed with everybody's getting to get comfortable in the in the tactics and everything. So yeah, but winning is always good. We are far from winning this game, but we're in the lead, which is excellent. Johnson, oh, they hoist the ball away. This is always dangerous. Take the ball. No, 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 no. Oh. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. First half close to ending here. It's over. First half is over, and then we played pretty good. Okay, I'm just gonna say I'm pleased with how they're playing since we are in the lead. Keep it up. We're still in deficit when it comes to goal difference. 2 goals on the minus side, which of course isn't very good, but yeah. The points are the important thing so that we don't end. Oh, found it! 3-1 to Welling! Brilliant, 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 lads. That's really, really good. Braintree has climbed very high. They're above us. That's our... And Billericay Clay is really far down in the league table now. So yeah, that's interesting. So 3-1. I'm still waiting for the moment when I'm to throw in. I think it's going to be coming really soon, and it's going to be Victor Fundy that he's going to take the position from. And I think I'm going to throw him in around the 70th minute, which is pretty much now. So let's throw him in. Tom Staggs. Let's see if he can help us or if he can destroy us. Victor Fundy made a very good game today. Very proud of him. Now Tom Staggs, can he make anything out of this situation, or will things go in a bad way? Only 5 minutes left of ordinary match time. 4, 3, 2, 1, and they're 2 minutes added time, so 2 minutes left. I think this is gonna go our way. We are going to win it 3-1. Marvelous. Another win. This was great. Good start to this episode. Everybody can be happy about that result, and I'm certainly happy. Interesting to see that we are starting to get some good results. Rearguard in action provides memorable wings victory. Yes, Stag makes Welling United debut, but he didn't make any difference coming in. Fundy making a good game again. German gets the job done. Is it Fundy German? I really haven't looked at that. Or is that another game perhaps? That's Hampton. Yeah, that's Hampton Richmond against Dulwich. So that's not our game. Next is St Albans City, 3rd in the league. We're gonna face them at home. 2 home games in a row, which is always nice. Altrincham secure Tricker loan. That's the one that was in my team in the beginning of the season as a trial, but he never signed for me. I tried to sign him, but he never would do that. 10,570 in deficit now, which is not very good, of course. And but we're up to position 11, where we have Bath under us, who are just 2 points after us, but have 1 game in hand. So if they win that game, they will be surpassing us. So yeah, but we can, on the other hand, go for the sloth if we win our games that we have in hand for them. So let's continue. Onwards to the next game. St Albans, 3rd in the league, and yeah, they need to, what's this, enough time remaining on current contract. He's only getting 100 per week. Regular starter. What? Here's a further reminder: the central contract is due to expire in the next 6 months. Well, he's not very good, but he's our reserve. Let's see if we can offer him, but not as a, he's a squad player. He accepts that 2-year contract. What was he getting now? 100. Let's see if we can lower his salary. Loyalty bonus 210. Yeah, that's okay. Appearance fee 40. Yes, of course. Yearly wage, we only want him to. Promotion, let's give him 25. Wage after reaching club league games. No. We take away these. Suggest that, and he is not happy about that. I don't want to raise his salary, so I'd rather lose him. He's on £100 a week. Giving him a contract where he almost earns 200 is just going to dig ourselves into a bigger hole. Sure, it's going to be a problem when we lose all our players, but yeah, we'll just have to keep up the good, keep on smiling and hoping for the best. We can't do much more than that. St. Albans City. It's going to be a tough game. I'm already dreaded it, and the game after that is the cup game against Bath again, and this time we're going to face them away, which is going to be even tougher than the last time. But yeah, after everything that has happened here, I think I'm not going to take anything for granted. Not a loss, not a win. Hardly unhappy with Irvine's loan, but he's been playing in the position that you wanted me to play him. What in God's Notts County manager Neil has asked to hold a conversation with you to discuss why Stone is being played outside of the agreed role his loan spell. It was originally proposed that Irvine would mainly be played as a central defender during his stay at the club. Well, he's playing as a central defender. For God's sake. Ali has also informed us that Irvine is unhappy with the situation and would like to see the issue resolved. What in God's name is he talking about? Why isn't he playing in the... He's played in that role a lot. He's playing in that role all the time. Does he just don't want to play for us, perhaps? So he's lying to his manager and telling that he's not playing as a central defender. They're using me in places I shouldn't be playing. Get me home from here. I don't want to stay at Welling. They don't treat me good. You represent your club. You do your very best. And you behave and you don't lie. Incredible. No, none of... yeah, that's our Victor Fundi, who came in as number 3 when it comes to November Panorama League South Player of the Month. Victor Fundi came in as number 3. That's cool. Really cool. Steve Irvine, best in training again. Richard Damco's training rating is low. I'm nervous. I don't know about you, but it's our second game in this episode, and we are going to face St. Albans. And yeah, let's hope that we can get anything good out of this then. I'm going to start with the exact same team. And yeah, Tom Staggs is going to be staying on the substitute bench there. You can see here now Green and Healy has a good relationship working together. Everybody except for Doe and Irving. And you can see here he's playing as a central defender. He is playing in the position that I promised that he will be playing. He's not being a ball-playing defender anymore. He's playing as a central defender. So don't give me any whining. So tired. I get so tired of such people lying, cheating. God damn, it's no wonder the world is going crashing down. Kick off. Skip that one. Let's go. Welling against St. Albans. St. Albans in the second position at the moment. They need this. With 1 point they are at the second position. So yeah. And we're gonna be meeting Maidstone after we've faced Bath. We're going to be facing Maidstone in the leagues on our way turf. So we have a couple of tough games ahead of us, and the ones that we are playing. So it seems to be quite an even game so far. They're having the most of the possession, but it feels like the way we are playing, we are always the one with less possession. So, yeah. Let's see. Half an hour into the game, and here's St. Albans creating a chance. Let's hope they don't score. Oh, yeah, Duro, come on, Duro, steal the ball. No. Ooh. Good. I was afraid they were going to score there. But they didn't manage that. So let's continue. Still a goalless draw. Egan hoisting the ball out, but they're stealing it. It's their opportunity. Green, can he get it away? Yes, he gets it up to Traore. Traore. And he gets it in. And Fundy is there. Oh! Just over the bar. Exciting this is. Waiting for the next highlight. Yeah, I'm waiting for the next highlight as well. I'm hoping it will be our highlight. I don't want any St. Albans highlights. I want Welling United highlights. Time for Egan to hoist the ball away again. And here's Green, here's Doe, and Doe gets it up towards Fundy. Fundy is free and he scores! Yes! 1-0 to Welling against the top team St. Albans. Brilliant, lads, brilliant. At the moment, we're on a high. We are having the best period so far, and I'm just having a good time right now. Just hoping that this can continue. We need every point we can in the league. Yeah, get the ball. Come on, Duro, you know you can. That's good. No, that's not good. That's good. Good for Fundy. No, Fundy, you got to hold on to the ball. You can't drop it that easy. Come on. No, 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 no. Every goddamn time it's the same thing. They just can't close them down. They can't stay even in that defensive line. They're losing that guy, and the other one is staying down so that he has plenty of room to run at, which it just frustrates the hell out of me. Here's Fundy. He gets it up to Traore. Traore is coming and scoring! And there it is! 2-1 to Welling. Come on, lads. I know you can do this. We need the 3 points. We are better than we have been showing so far this season. I know we can be. Here it goes again. It can't do this every single time. They're supposed to be communicating with each other. They're not. Every single time the one that is marking him is way up in the field, while the other one is back down. So there's never any offside in that. And I'm still using a tight marking. They should be marking. Let's look at this. That fellow there is running there. We could get that one out of the way. Well, Fundy is not getting that control of that ball. Oh, this is not going to end well, will it? We are not playing good here. We are losing the control of the game that we had. We were playing good in the first half, and a bit into the second half. After that, we've been run over by our St. Albans. We're gonna bring in Tommy Staggs now. We're gonna be bringing on Adeshunibi, and we're gonna bring on Vos as well. We have to do something. We can't just look upon. They were all tried players, and we have to find out if Tom Staggs can do anything. It doesn't seem like he can, because he hasn't created a single chance. Traore. Here's Stagg. Here's Vos. Here's Oldacre. He tries to reach Traore. It's Stagg! And he scores! He scores! It's 3-2 to Welling in the 74th minute. Let's keep this now. Please, lads. Don't drop it again. Come on. Stay positive. Keep it together. Let's win this game. Here we go. Green. And he hoisted up towards Stagg, and Stagg's really winning that header. Here's Traore dropping that ball. Not good. Come on, lads. I know you can do this. I know you are good enough. Come on, yeah, Traore. No. Come on. Sunday. They are playing the hell out of us at the moment. No. Come on, lads. Don't let them get by us. Ooh. That was a good thing that he missed the goal there. Stagg actually winning that header. Stagg is actually getting some power to fight the defenders. That's a sort of attacker that I've been missing. Here's Stagg, and he's offside. Oh, that would have been a tremendous substitution otherwise. Well, he still can be a tremendous substitution. I'm so nervous now. And there it is, the equaliser for them again. I can't understand. We can't control the defence. I'm so frustrated back there. There's nothing I can do. I have no more players to put into the game. And it's anybody's game now. 3-3. It's been a ride. They are a top team. They are in the still in the second position in the league. So it's not a bad result to get a 3-3 against them. But we've been leading. We've taken the lead every single time. And if we're going to lose, I'm going to be really pissed. And yeah, it's sort of sad even if we get a draw when we have taken the lead every single time. 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, and yeah. Johnson. Shinobi, there's Vos. Can he find Stagg? No, he shoots! Just outside. Still 3 minutes to go, 2 minutes to go, 1 minute to go, and I guess it's over. 3-3. It ends 3-3. Now, still a good result. It was a top team that we faced. We were unlucky tonight because we were unlucky. We could keep that lead. So yeah. And we're heading in for a FA Trophy game against Bath. That's going to be a tough game as well. But what a game we had there. Incredible. Two very interesting games has been played now in a row here. The 3-1 victory against Billerclay and this 3-3 game against St Albans. I think there's something happening at the club. I shouldn't say too much. We can lose the next game with 10-0 and we're back to bottom, so to speak, in our advantage or climbing. But yeah, let's hope that we can get a good result here against Bath. Would have been really, really nice. 3-3. Now that was a tough game. So yeah. Question for now: will you be granting Anthony Cook the playing time that he's demanding? I'm not going to answer that question. I'm not even going to answer that question. He's been a problem for us for a long time, so yeah. They don't expect much of a very much in attendance there. And we are above Bath at the moment, so yeah. Our league table position doesn't say anything on how good a team is, of course, but not this early anyway. That's in the end of the season, so training week in review. I'm gonna have to praise him again, put my arms around him, and we're gonna criticize that, put my arms around him so that he doesn't feel too bad when I criticize him. And it's game day, boys. And we have Maidstone game. It's the very last game in this episode, so let's see what we can do. Gonna be, I know this time, Bath against Welling in the FA Trophy. It's a tough one. Now they're starting to get understanding for each other, Doe and Irvine. Hopefully that will mean that we won't be letting in such easy goals as we did against St Albans. Because when they are so much out of phase that, or one of them is so much higher up that they are sort of losing the guy running in behind. It's just no way that you can compensate for that. And so, let's see. The media have been on our backs for ages now. This is our chance, pumping fist, I will say that. Skip that thing. It's a cup game, and they are, of course, the ones with the first opportunity. After 2 minutes. Doesn't feel like this is going to end very well, but yeah, let's not give up too soon. We did do a good game against Bath in the FA Cup, so let's hope we can do at least as good a game here in the FA Trophy. So Healy finding the ball up, but yeah. Well, I have a little dilemma now. I don't know if I'm going to put Stag in instead of using Funny. Ooh, Traore, good one. Because he really did play very good, Stag. He could actually, the long balls that we played up for him, he often did win, both on the header and taking it down and stuff like that. While Funimore needs these sort of passes where he runs into the ball afterwards. So yeah, there's Healy. Verde shoots, and ooh, a header by Traore. It's a goal kick. We had a couple of chances as well now, so, and quite an even game this time as well, but nobody has scored this time. It's 20 minutes pretty soon. So we're here in the 20th minute. We are travelling on. Continuing, it's a corner for Bath, and we're heading it away, but they are controlling the ball still. Can we steal it? No. They are getting closer and closer here. We need to steal the ball and bring it up. Give it up. Come on. Win the ball. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. I could see that again. Doe is losing the player. The player just run through him and yeah. Let's see here, Green. Look, and out there is Verde, and no, he's offside. I certainly demand more than an offside goal. That's, come on, lads. Come on, come on, come on. So come on, do the locomotion with me. Half an hour has gone. Bath is in the lead, 1-0. Should we go out to this cup as well, this early? That wouldn't be good. We need the money from the cups. We really, really, really would love to go through in this cup as well. We did reach the 4th qualifying round, but we don't want to go out against Bath again. I think we're gonna put Stag on already. And I'm going to be pointing fingers. Show me something else in the second half. I won't hit early crosses. I got a player that can receive the ball now with Tom Staggs on the pitch. Come on, lads. Right, Bath will probably score their number 2 here then. Egan saves it. He hoists it up, and here's Stag, and he gets it into Traore. Can he score? No, he can't. Free with the goalkeeper, and still he can't score. That's a shame. Verde with the corner. Gets it in. Traore is being upheld there, but there's nothing they can do about it. So half an hour, 1 hour gone off the game. Less than half an hour left, 25 minutes, and there's nothing happening here, and this is not boding well. Let's put in those and give that a couple of minutes, and then we bring on Ade as well. But it doesn't seem to help. It doesn't seem like anything is helping here in this game. We need to demand more. 10 minutes to go. Come on, lads, creating some chances. We can't just let this go. 87, 88 minutes. Only 1 minute left and it's over. And we're out of this cup as well. It's such a shame. Such a shame. Losing 1-0, not being able to score. I think they were unlucky. I don't want to bring them down too much in the morale at the moment. We were a bit unlucky that we didn't score on our chances. They scored on their chance, so yeah. That was unlucky. But they grabbed the winning defeat in FA Trophy second round. So we go out at once. Club Vision FA Trophy reached first round, but we went out in the second round. Are you kidding me? Okay. Something just doesn't add up in this game. A lot of problems, but yeah. We received £1,000 for being in that, but we still were losing money. We are losing money, and now we're gonna be traveling away to Maidstone, and that's a top team of the division as well. Gonna be interesting to see if we have anything to put up against them. Transfer. Something is happening in transfer here. Let's see. Tonbridge have made a non-negotiable offer for Montel Agay Wamei. And they want to pay 0. They want to pay 0 for him. Value 2. We have him on 150 now. I'm not going to sell him. I'm not even going to negotiate with them about him, actually. We do want some money. And it's not the players that we need to get rid of. We need to get rid of some other players. I know he hasn't been playing a single game for us so far, but yeah. Still, we don't need to get rid of him. We need to get a hold of some good players as well. Gonna see what we can do. There's more transfer news here now. They want to sign him again, but they have nothing. I mean, hello. I can't even negotiate. Then you can't have him. Bye-bye. I mean, I should be able to negotiate and just say, well, I could be, if you gave me £2,000 or something like that, we could let him go, or if we have some future transfer fee or something like that. But just saying we'll offer 0 for him and you will never get any other money, and you have no opportunity to answer us more than yes or no. Okay, then it's a no. So, as I said, Maidstone here on the 4th position. We are number 13 at the moment. We've lost our 11th position that we fought so hard to get up to. And yeah. Lewis reports on green. Not producing any results anymore. So let's give him some agility and balance to work on them. And we go on to the report on this one. So training has been training to improve his training. Unhappy with the amount of extra training has been asked to do. He's unhappy with the amount of extra training he has to do. Maybe he should just train so he can get into the team, or even more, get sold if he will. They'll make them want to pay some money for him. and not just take him for free. Incredible. But it might happen that we let him go for free. We need to get rid of the wage bill, and as I said, he's not been playing a single game so far. We haven't given him the opportunity. Maybe we should. They're recommending this player. He's got high team work and high pace, but his passing is 1 to 10, and he's a midfielder. You need to have good passing in the midfield, at least in my book. You need to have that. I've set this for fortnight, so every second week it's automatically saved. So hope it doesn't get annoying for you guys. It means that it will be 2 saves per episodes, and I don't think that should be a problem, really. Team selection advice against Maidstone. They only want me to change in Montel Agumang. They want him to play? Are you kidding me? Instead of Lyle Derivada? No, I don't think so. Let's have a look at it when we get into the picking up the team here. If you ever finished scouting Cossack? Yeah, we didn't get that. That was a player that we tried to get, and now he's, yeah, he wasn't very good anyway, so yes, that was a lucky thing. And they have been scouting this lad. I don't know why but he's not good anyway either. We have been scouting this one, and it doesn't change. It's the same numbers. That's weird. He couldn't get any wiser about him then. Training week in review. Again, we have to praise him. Put my arms around him. And this time we have to put our arms around and criticize Agumang. Yeah. And game day is here. The last game of this episode. Can we end it on a high, or will we end it on a low, or will we just draw? We'll just have to wait and see. We're just coming up here now. They are 4th in the league, so they are supposed to be better than us, of course. They have started the season better than us anyway. We have an early assessment of your youth team intake. There's a couple of plus here. At least one of our fullbacks has plenty of promise. Good, good, good. Let's hope that we can get a good defender that will take over the position of the Lent players later on. We have what looks like a top prospect in the central of midfield. That's a good thing. Very, very interesting. Let's hope that I can keep my job, at least until I get the youth players in March. There is an attacking midfielder we should keep a very close eye on. I will. We have a forward who could be considered a fine prospect. We have in every single position. We have one good young English striker from Welling who has caught the eye. Yeah, that's another striker. A lot of plus here. 5 plus. We also have 5 minus. We don't have any great numbers of players coming through in a single position. No, that's okay. We haven't got any new wing backs coming through. That's a problem, yes. Most of our new goalkeepers coming through are poor quality. Well, I think we have a good one in Egan, so the goalkeeper position is safe for this and for her, hopefully next season. The next crop of wide midfielders do not look like great prospect. Okay. Shouldn't be surprised we don't have any good right now either, so don't expect much from this youth intake. Now, of course not. I'm not expecting to have Premier League players, but if they can be good players in this division and give us an opportunity to climb to another level, so to speak, instead of being a mid-table team, we want to become a top team of this division, of course. So the good thing is that they are free and they arrived at our club, and what we have to do is offer them a contract to make them stay at our club. That's our only. So it's free transfers, you can say, and I'm looking forward to it. We are in December now, 12th of December, 2 days before my birthday. So let's see. 14th of December, which is my birthday, there is no game. Let's see, we have a game now. Team selection for this game. And we can see here, we have De La Verde here, and let's have a look at him. De La Verde, 2 stars. Get some good numbers actually, quite a lot of yellow, to be honest. I don't know if he's not playing as a inverted winger, as they say is his best position. He's playing as a winger, an attacking winger, but not an inverted. Let's have a look at the one they wanted me to change in instead of him. He's only got 2 as well, and he's not having the numbers that that one has. So let's see if we can't change this to an inverted winger and give him an opportunity to attack from that position, and maybe he can make a better a better game there. You can see here that they are still not linked up together. They still have a couple of things to work on before they get where they want to be, of course, or where we all want them to be. We can see that he's continuing to developing. He's going up. Every single number that goes anywhere is upwards. There's no number going downwards, which is very good. And yeah, pleased to be able to help Notts County, though I would rather have him to be my player, of course, so that I could be selling him or make some money out of him becoming a better player. But we'll have to take what we can get, and now it is loaning players that is the option. This is a great time to show all the pundits that will be, yeah, let's have a pump fisting event there, and plenty of players shown motivated. Let's see what we can do in this game. But the biggest problem is now, or the biggest problem I feel, is that Fundi, which is our best goal scorer, is competing with Stag, which is showing signs to be a very good player to have up front. So, and I don't know if Stag can play in the position that Traoré is playing. So, ooh, that was close. But I'm actually considering testing him out in the position that Traoré is playing in the second half in this game, and see if there is something I can do. Maybe I can just put him in and try to find a good way for him to be, like if he could be a target man or something like that. He is receiving, that's not good. He is receiving the ball quite well, Tom Staggs, and he's good on his head and everything like that. So yeah, maybe he will get to play in Omar Traoré's position, and maybe we'll change whatever position that is, so to speak. And but we're 1-0 down, which is always sad. But yeah, I think we are keeping ourselves in the situation that we can actually end up there mid-table, as we have as a goal from the club. And if we do, we shouldn't get kicked out of the club. I mean, unless we can't get... Oh yes! Fundi equalizes. if we can't get control of the wage budget, of course, then the financial is just as important as the sporting part of the thingamajig. So yeah, we need to get our finances in order just as much as we need to get our playing in order. So yeah, but I think that can I get us to end up in this mid-table, and can I just get control of our finances? I'm pretty sure I'm going to be manager of Welling United the next season as well, and perhaps then I've gotten a youth player or two that actually is good enough to go into the team. I think I'm actually going to try and oh, what a goal, what a strike by Akandi? Gotta be that. I'm actually going to put in Stag already. I'm fed up with the problems that we're having, so let's pause it here and let's see what's no. Did I just take out Fundy? I wasn't supposed to take out Fundy. Oh crap. Everything went wrong there then. I was pretty sure that I took out Traore, but I didn't. And now there is no way to change that, and the only thing we can do is try to demand more of the team. That's sad. Maybe put in a little attacking mentality, because we need to do something. We can't just sit back and relax when we are 2-1 down. In the dressing room, I'm pleased. I think keep it up. Unlucky boys. Not doing better at all. If everyone continues to work hard, we can win this. Pump fist. So let's hope that they continue to work hard then, so that we can win this. Come on, come on, come on, lads. You know you're better than this. At least they're not running over us anymore. We are actually playing quite well, even against the teams at the very top of the table. I shouldn't perhaps not say too much, so because you always get penalized for that. All of a sudden you have a loss with a couple of goals. Stag is through here. Can he score? He scores! And it's 2-2! Tom Stag. Great, great, great. And what could have been if he's got to play with Funny instead of Traore, if I hadn't made that mistake. Here's Stag again. And he passes it to Traore. Can Traore score then? Oh, he misses the goal. That's where Funny usually scores, actually, when he gets those opportunities. And as you can see, I think Stag is really good to be able to get a hold of the ball and not drop it as easy as the rest of my player does. Here he gets the ball again and he shoots. Oh. And the goalkeeper takes that pretty easy. But Stag has been showing signs of getting into the team and proving himself to be a valuable player here for us. And it's going to be interesting to see in the next episode, because of my mistake there, that taking out Funny when I put in Stag, we will not get to see Stag and Funny together this game either, which it was supposed to be, because Traore hasn't been playing very good at the last couple of games. He made one or two good games in the beginning of the season. You can see his running is very good as well, Tom Stag, and he equalizes here as well. He's bringing another dimension to my attack, and he's really showing the opposition that we have at least a good striker now. Here's another chance for, and it goes outside. Thank God for that. We can't let goals in just as soon as we score. We need to be able to hold this and perhaps create a chance or two. But it's made. Oh, here we steal the ball. Old Oka, can he make something out of this? And he scores! And it's 4-3 to Welling! Oh my God! We have turned this around. Can we keep the lead in this game? Oh my God, what a good thing there by my old. Oh, I can't find word at the moment. I'm just mumbling away here. We need to keep up the good work here now. Green is hoisting the ball up. Stagg has a good chance here, and he passes to Traoré, and Traoré. Oh, wasn't a very good pass though. So it wasn't Traoré that was worthless in that situation. But of course he could have done a better job as well. But he didn't really get the body where he wanted it. Here's Stagg, heads it down to Traoré, and then Traoré gives it to Stagg. And Stagg has a chance to score, and he scores! And it's 5-3 to Welling United against the top team Maidstone. This is incredible, lads. This is, oh my God. What a glorious way to end this episode. Oh, I'm just in seventh heaven right now. We are playing really good football against Maidstone, and Tom Stagg is showing to be the striker that I've been missing. And yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try and see if I can't get him to play with Fooney, because I think Fooney is a better player than Traoré. And yeah, if they can get those two players to play well together, I think we have a striker combination that can do damage to our opposition. Yeah, because Tom Stagg, he's really good. I mean, he's not very strong, but still he's taking the ball. He's taking control of the ball, and he's keeping it in the team instead of Traoré and Fooney will have to have the ball played up front, and they have to be quicker than the defender. So outstretched arms, what a comeback that was. It really was. It really was a great comeback, and we really made a good game here. This was something else, lads. We are number 9 now as we end this episode. I've had so much fun in this episode. We have played some really good games. Only disappointment really is the loss against Bath in the cup game, which of course left us very disappointing. I'm going to give him a hug because he's really worth that after a hat-trick in that game. And Chippenham had 5 games unbeaten in a row. That's weird, being in the bottom of the league. But yeah. Team leader meeting. I've become aware that Anthony Cook unhappiness is causing further unrest, and that you might be running out of time to address the concern. It's probably worth taking to those involved. Several players feel you should give Anthony Cook some games in the first team. Discuss this problem then. If I had agreed to this playing time demands, it would have meant dropping one of your other teammates, all of whom are more deserving than him at the minute. He needs to earn his opportunities, not moan about them. That's what I'm going to answer. That's fair enough. I hadn't thought about the players that would need to make way for him. It wouldn't be fair on them at all. I think that was a very productive. It's good to have it all sorted out. Thanks, guys. Good. That was a good meeting, and we need to get rid of him as quickly as possible. Anthony Cook does not belong in this club. I don't know how long he's been here. This is second season. Okay. But I'm going to offer him to clubs because we really want to get rid of him. He has a wage of $250 per week, so getting rid of that 31-year-old that doesn't play any games would be really, really worth everything here. And sorry, I pressed on. I shouldn't be pressing on. The episode is over. It was that situation with Cook that made me go onwards. I'm gonna end the episode now. I hope you have enjoyed it. We're gonna have a look at what happened during this. We beat Billaclay 3-1. We played 3-3 against South Albion. We lost against Bath in that important FA Trophy game. So sad, but we did win a huge game against Maidstone with 5-3, with Victor Funny, Tom Stagg and hat-trick, and Darren Oldacre. Darren Oldacre's goal was probably the turning point of the game, where we sort of just left them behind. They couldn't come back from that goal. So yeah. So next episode will be Dartford, Dulwich Hamlet, Sheltham Ford, and Eastborough Borough. But for now, we are done. And I'm, of course, there's 13 days until that game's going to be played. So I'm going to play those off camera, those 13 days. I'm going to see what I can do, if there's anything I can borrow or something like that. And yeah, and I'll see you in the next episode. Do like, subscribe and all that jazz. It will really help me out. And by all means, stay safe out there. Bye bye bye.